guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. I am back with another tips and tricks video, but specifically tips and tricks for those of you who love to attend Disney World's after hours parties. I am talking about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That's right, the party that's happening right now, as well as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So depending on what time of year you go to Disney World, you might be doing the Halloween party or the Christmas party. Either way, the parties are kind of very similar. So the tips and tricks are kind of effective for both types of parties. So I thought I would group them together for you guys and do a top 10 tips and tricks video for those parties specifically. So as you guys probably know, I go to these parties every single year. I've been going to the parties for years, so I have lots of experience at both parties, Halloween and Christmas. And the tips, like I said, are kind of the same, but the biggest tip really is you want to plan ahead. You kind of want to have a game plan, right? I think a lot of people think it's a party, it's just a free-for-all. I'm just gonna go and have fun. And that sounds great, except certain things have times, certain things are located in different areas of the park, and sadly, you really just can't do it all, which we will get into. So it's kind of nice to have a plan of attack, which we will get into further into this video. But like I said, these are going to be my top 10 tips and tricks for both parties, Halloween and Christmas, because they are both very similar, right? They both have parades, they both have castle shows, they both have fireworks, they both have DJ dance parties, they both have free complimentary treats. That's right. So we're gonna get into it. You guys ready? So let's hop into either Halloween or Christmas. I'm speaking about both. Make sense? All right. So the first thing is you want to arrive early. Absolutely want to arrive early. The party is always a late night, and it is only for party ticketed guests. Does this make sense? So only people who purchase the special party ticket get into the party. However, since the parties start around 7 p.m., they usually let you in the park as early as 4. So even though the party doesn't start till 7, they let you in early. You 100% want to do this, and we're going to get into it. But also the nice perk is as you're getting in early, all the other day guests of the park are getting kicked out early, right? So your party starts at 7, they get kicked out about 6. That is an hour in the park with limited to very less guests. And this is a great time for you to kind of maximize some time pre-party. Does this make sense? I'm hoping it kind of does. So because you can arrive early, you 100% want to do that. Arrive in your costume, in your holiday gear, and you're going to want to do a few things. You're going to want to mark a few things off your checklist before the party even happens. Why? Because when the party happens, you really want to dedicate your time and your energy to the party, things that are actually specific to the party. So you absolutely want to arrive early and eat dinner. That's right. Do not make dining reservations starting at 7 p.m. because you will miss the party. You want to make dining reservations before then so that you are 100% done with dinner by 7 p.m. Does this make sense? I accidentally one time made dining reservations for 6 p.m., which is an hour before the party over at Crystal Palace with characters. That's right. And the dinner ran late, to the point where we missed the first hour of the party. Now, I get that this doesn't sound like a big deal because you're like, well, Nina, the party goes until midnight. Who cares if you miss the first hour? It actually is a big deal based on the times of the shows and the parades and the fireworks, which we're going to get into. So I learned the hard way, so I'm here to share with you guys. Do not make dining reservations during the party. Make sure you eat before the party starts, whether it's quick service or you've got dining reservations, do it before. Make sure you're in and out before 7 p.m. Does this make sense? Also, before the party starts, you want to do things like get those iconic pictures taken, right? So before the flood of people come in and before the party actually starts, get those iconic pictures in front of the castle, in front of the Christmas tree, in front of the giant pumpkin, whatever it is that you can get done that aren't special party photos, get those done now while you're in your Halloween costume or you're in your Christmas vest. Does this kind of make sense? If you have little kiddos, go ahead and knock out some of the rides because ironically, you don't want to spend party time on the rides. You don't want to spend the whole time riding all the rides that are open, although you could. That isn't really what you're paying for. You're paying for this extra stuff that is party specific. So you want to take those times before the party and do Peter Pan, do Pirates, do whatever it is that the kiddos want to do, ride it before the party starts. Of course, there are certain rides you might want to save for the party because of the low weights, certain rides like Seven Dwarf Mine Train, Space Mountain, stuff like that. If the ride line is too long, then yes, you can wait until party time. But basically the party, even though rides are open, that's not really what I would suggest you spend all your time doing. Hopefully that makes sense. Also in that 4 to 7 time zone, you want to do all the shopping. If you are there for shopping, I get it, I'm with you. Do it ahead of time because those lines will get long fast. So does this make sense? Anything that you can do in the park pre-party, get it knocked out before 7 o'clock. So that is why we want to arrive early as tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to just dress the part. It just feels more festive when you're in some form of Halloween costume, right? Even if it's just a happy Halloween t-shirt and fun mouse ears, something will just make those pictures even more fun and kind of might help you feel a little bit more festive. Same thing with the Christmas party. Come in your Christmas best. Get those iconic pictures taken in your full-blown Christmas dress. Nobody cares, do it. Have matching, Merry Christmas t-shirts. Come as Nina did one year in matching holiday PJs with her family. I mean, whatever you can kind of do to just make it feel more festive and make those pictures even more magical, absolutely do that. My next tip, third tip, is kind of an important one actually, and that is to make sure you grab the map. Every single party comes out with its very own specific map for that party for that year. Not only is it kind of a collector's item because yeah, you were at the party and you can look back at the map, but the map is so useful. And I find so many people who not only don't grab the map, they don't look at the map. You want to look at the map, guys, because inside the map, it's going to list, and I will show the current map so you guys can actually see the current Christmas map. It will show you the locations of all the characters. It will show you the locations of the treats, right? The free treats I talked about. Whether you're trick-or-treating, which is your free treat, or you're going to the Christmas party and you want to get cookies as your free treat, it's going to tell you those locations here on the map. So you're going to find out where all the characters are, where all the treats are. You're going to find out where the party exclusive treats are located, on top of party exclusive merchandise. That's right. All that stuff is going to be in the map. You're actually going to see a map that's going to show you the rides that are open, parade times, firework times, show times, all that important stuff is right here in the map. So not only do you want to get the map, you want to use it and look at it. And you want to make sure you look at those parade times, show times, firework time, and kind of map out your game plan. So if you didn't already know the times of these things, you want to do that right then and there. You want to map out, okay, what parade are we doing first? Because there could be 3 or 4 parade times. Same thing with the castle show. You want to figure that out so that you can maximize your time at the party. And of course, like I said, if you're looking for a party game plan, stay tuned because it's coming up at the end of this video. All right, so the next tip is once the party starts, 7 o'clock hit, you've got your bracelet, you're in the park, you're ready to go, you want to just run walk nicely, to what your key things are, what your family's key things are, right? Are you there for the characters? Do you want to get pictures taken in all the characters in either their Halloween costumes or their Christmas vests? Are you there for trick-or-treating? This is for the Halloween party. Are you there for the special photos, the special photo opportunities? Are you there for the special merchandise? Yeah. Are you there for the special holiday treats, whether it's the free treats or the paid for treats? Whatever you are there for, what is your key thing to do that isn't a parade, a firework, or a castle show? Do it now. You want to do that first. Get in and get out, do it. If characters aren't your thing, if waiting in line for characters isn't your thing, then just don't do that. Do whatever you want to do before that parade starts, before that fireworks show. Does this make sense? If you have little kiddos who are dressed up, looking good, get those special photos done now. So you already did the iconic photos, right? Now you're going to do the special themed photos that are for party goers only. You want to do that before the kids get covered in hot chocolate and they've got Snickers chocolate all over their face and their costumes are all messed up. You want to 100% get those pictures done now if you are picture people. Plus, as the night just gets darker, those pictures don't show up as well. So you definitely want to hit those pictures up first if you're picture people. So between the candies and the treats and the characters and the rides, maybe you're rides people, whatever it is, get it done first. And sadly, my other tip is lines are long fast. They get long fast, especially for those characters, photo opportunities, and special anything, whether it's special treats or special merchandise. That's what everyone is gonna flock to. Lines are gonna get long quickly. So you wanna get in and get out and do whatever it is that you wanted to get done. Was it the special popcorn bucket maybe? Maybe it's your special photo. Like I said, get in and get out, whatever it is. So the next tip is don't forget about the free treats. I did mention it. It's part of your party ticket. Absolutely get those free treats. And remember, there's complimentary treats and then there's special themed desserts that is not complimentary that you do have to pay for. Now, my tip here is if you're going for the Halloween party, your treat is candy, right? So they'll give you a Halloween candy bag. You go trick-or-treating, your treat is candy. But if you're going for the Christmas party, your treat is cookies. It can be kind of hard to carry everyone's cookies in your hand, plus smiling with characters and doing all the things. So you want to bring a little bag with you. And I'm not talking about hoarding all the cookies. Bring a Ziploc bag or some sort of bag that you can put a few of the cookies in so you're not holding them all night long. So you have a spot to put them should you go on a ride or go meet a character. Or I have a tip for these cookies later. So yes, Halloween time, you've got the trick-or-treating, so you've got all that candy. And if you have food allergies like Nina, just note that they do have food allergy accommodated candy as well. They'll give you a special trick-or-treat bag just for you, and you will trick-or-treat for coins, little teal coins that you'll trade in later in the night for special candy. My tip for you guys is trade those tokens in a few times. Trade them in early in the night, trade them in at the end of the night. Maybe it's a way to double up on your candy, because you will find out that the people who get the Snickers and the M&Ms and the whatever, they get a ton of candy. Sadly, us allergy people, we could end up with a lot less. So you want to maximize that as best you can. Trade in your tokens a few times throughout the night to maximize your candy. That's my tip for you Halloween people with food allergies. Now, for the Christmas party, your free treat is cookies. Sometimes one station will have sugar cookies and one station will have the snickerdoodle cookies. So you might have to go to a few different stations or look at your map and figure out which station has which cookies. But yes, it's cookies for you. I've been before where when you entered the party, we all got gingerbread cookies that were pre-wrapped. They were so good. They actually had Erin McKenna cookies for those of us with food allergies. Also, your complimentary treat is a beverage for you, for your Christmas people. Hot chocolate, apple cider, and eggnog have been often given away. Again, one site might have the hot chocolate, one site might have the apple cider. Now, again, for those of you with food allergies, just talk to someone at the location because they usually have Enjoy Life cookies for us in the back, but you often have to ask for it. So just know that going into it. And I've been there a few times where one of our treats was a snowman Mickey pretzel. It was so good. So it's like the Mickey pretzel dough and batter, but it's shaped like a snowman. It was so good. But anyway, just know that you've got your complimentary treats. Make sure you get them at some point throughout the night. And for those of you who are doing the after hours party, which has nothing to do with Halloween or Christmas, you guys get complimentary treats as well. So make sure you hit those up. You guys are gonna get unlimited popcorn, water, soda like in a bottle, and novelty ice cream treats. So make sure you guys get those as well. So yeah, one of my tips is to get the treats. Make sure you get them. Bring a little bag if you need to, so you can have a few treats to eat throughout the night. So you don't have to keep going back from station to station, right? Next thing up is you definitely want to join in for the events. This is something you want to look on the map for. You're going to have to find out when the parades are, the firework times are, the castle show, and the DJ parties. Absolutely want to join in on all of that, because that is the point of the party. That is what you paid the ticket for. So the DJ parties, not really Nina's thing, so that's something I can easily skip personally, but kiddos love it. People with little kiddos who love to dance and boogie down and listen to some good music, those DJ parties are quite popular. So if you're interested in that, then you definitely want to pay attention to the times and get to those DJ parties. If you have kiddos, you might want to do the parties first or super duper late at night, depending on when your kiddo's gonna fall asleep. So yes, like I said, there are many castle times and parade times. So you definitely want to look at the map and pick the best time for you. Like I said, we're going to get into it. Note that the first time is always the busiest time, right? So anyone who has little kiddos, they're thinking, all right, let's do the first castle show because then we can get in and we can leave. Let's do the first parade time because then we can watch it and we can leave, which makes the later parade time and the later castle show less crowded. So the early ones are usually most crowded, the ones filled with most families and little children, right? Because parents want to get them to bed. And the later show times are usually filled with mostly adults, and it's usually less crowded. So just kind of know that in advance. If you are going to the Christmas holiday party, you want to 100% catch the parade on Main Street. So all the parades, whether you're Halloween or Christmas, are going to start at Frontierland, which is right next to Splash Mountain. And it's going to move about the park, and it's going to finish at Main Street. On Main Street, it snows when Santa comes down. So yeah, absolutely magical, great for pictures, absolutely love it. So if you're there for the Christmas party, make sure you catch that parade on Main Street. That's my big tip for you right there. You definitely want to wait and show up early for the parade, the fireworks, the castle shows. Even though there's multiple times of them, you do want to wait early, curbside or whatever it is, for a good spot. Because even though the party is supposed to be limited people, all the prime spots will go quickly. They will get filled with people quickly. So you will have to map out your game plan and arrive early to get the best spot for you and your family. Make sense? The other tip is when you're there for the castle show, the parade, the fireworks, whatever, you kind of want to do all those things together because the show times are kind of boom, 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 boom. So you want to kind of stay in the general area and hang out and do all three of those things in a row. So you don't want to really do a castle show and then run away and go do something else and then come back because you might miss out on your primo spot. And then my little tip, of course, is in between the shows and the fireworks and the parade, you can send one person back to get the special treats. So if you need more cookies and more hot chocolate, or you want to go buy a special something, you guys can sit curbside and send someone else to quickly go and get it. So hopefully that makes sense. So again, the party is very much entertainment. That's what you are paying for. I didn't pay over $100 and whatever for just free cookies, although you definitely want to maximize and get the free cookies. What you're paying for is the fireworks, the parade, the castle show, the DJ parties, if it's Halloween, the trick-or-treating, right? So based on the current Christmas party that's happening right now, these are the times, and I'm going to post them up because next is my game plan itinerary for this party so that you guys can kind of plan accordingly. Does that make sense? So the castle show this year, which of course is Minnie and Mickey and very holiday magical, right, has 4 show times. 7:40. Remember, the party starts at 7, so the first show time is 7:40. Just making sure you guys realize this. Then there's a 9:25, a 10:35, and an 11:55. So that's like a late night castle show right there, 11:55. The parade this year is going to have 2 show times. That's an 8:30 and 11 o'clock. So you see how I said the first parade time is going to be the most crowded, because 8:30, anyone with little kids is going to want to go to that 8:30, which means they can get in and they can get out, which makes that 11 o'clock parade time a lot less crowded. Yes. Next thing up is fireworks. There's only 1 firework time this year, and that is at 10 o'clock. So does this make sense? So between the castle show, the parade, and the fireworks, assuming you want to do all 3, you got to map out what time you're going to do and make it match so you're not coming and going and you're not that human ping pong ball I'm always talking about. So I have an itinerary game plan here for people with children and for people with no kids. So I'm hoping this will make sense, and I will pop it up a little bit on the screen. So you guys ready? Either way, whoever the heck you are, kids, no kids, grandma, grandpa, whoever, you 100% want to arrive early. That was my first tip. You want to make sure you get dinner out of the way. Take those iconic photographs, the one in front of the castle, the Christmas tree, the giant pumpkin, whatever it is. Get that out of the way. Any of those little kiddie rides that you want to do, anything that you need to entertain yourself before the party, get it out of the way, because as soon as 7 o'clock hits, it is boom, boom, boom party. So you guys ready? So 7 o'clock, you're already in the park. The first thing you want to do is, you are a family with children, right? This itinerary is for you. Is you want to go ahead and grab those free treats. So on your way headed to whatever it is that it's important to you, you want to grab your free treats. Go ahead and get your hot cider, your hot chocolate, get a couple of cookies. Remember, put a few in a bag. That's right. Go ahead and grab those free treats while you're on your way to probably meet 1 or 2 characters. Remember, the lines will get long quickly, so you really want to get in and get out. So if you're interested in characters, go ahead and get in line for your top characters, right? 1 or 2 characters, and go ahead and take that holiday photo. Again, you're going to want to look at your map and figure out where the holiday photos are being taken so that you can get 1 or 2 of those out of the way before the kids get tired or covered in hot chocolate or whatever the situation is. So then you've done those things. It's 7:45. It is time to grab a spot for the parade. Why? Because that first parade is 8:30. That's right. So you want to go ahead and grab a spot on Main Street for that parade. Maybe you can send the kids to go get something, send one parent to go get more treats, take kids to the bathroom, whatever it is. But 7:45, someone should already be starting to grab you a seat on Main Street to watch that parade. That's at 8:30. This is also a great time if you've got bored kiddos to feed them those cookies. So remember I said grab cookies, put them in a bag? Well, now that you're sitting curbside and waiting for the parade, you can be giving them those cookies, right? So then 8:30, the parade starts. So the parade, like I said, is going to start in Frontierland. It's not actually going to hit you on Main Street for a couple of minutes. So even though, yay, 8:30 parade starts, don't get your kiddos too excited, because it's not going to start for them if they're on Main Street for a couple of more minutes. But you can hear the music from a distance and you can get all excited for sure. So 8:30 parade starts, enjoy that, but don't go anywhere, because about 9 o'clock, when your part of the parade is over, you're going to want to head straight up to the castle for the castle show, because that castle show for you guys is going to be at 9:25. So does this make sense? I mean, it is very boom, 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 boom. 7 o'clock, you're in the party. 7:45, you're waiting for a parade. 8:30, you're seeing the parade. 9 o'clock, you're headed to the castle to wait for a castle show to start at 9:25. when 9:25 the castle show is over, you want to backtrack a little bit and find a good spot for the fireworks at 10 o'clock. The one and only fireworks show at 10 o'clock. I hope you guys are getting this. This is very boom, 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 boom. There isn't a lot of time for you to do all the things. You can't possibly meet all the characters, buy all the treats, and ride all the rides, plus do castle parade and fireworks. You just can't. So then, of course, you see the fireworks. Maybe it's 10:20, 10:30. Fireworks are over. What are you going to do, family? Are your kids done? Are they tired? Well, then it's back to the hotel for you. Are your kids night owls and they're still having a blast? Well, now is a good time for you guys to go hit up those DJ parties, right? Let the kids dance the night away and tire themselves out. If you missed out on a few rides you want to go do, absolutely do them. There's still a character or two to go meet and the kids are interested in that. Go ahead and do that. But yes, once fireworks are over, kids are going to start getting tired. You can either take them back to the room or let them wear themselves out at the DJ parties. Hopefully this makes sense for my ideal game plan if you have kiddos. Now, if you're just adults with no kids, here's my ideal game plan for you. Obviously, you guys can be more flexible because you don't have little kiddos you're taking around with you. And again, for you guys, arrive early, already eat dinner, take those pictures, blah, blah, blah. You remember, I've already said it. 7 o'clock, you're inside, you got your bracelet, you're good to go. For you guys, from 7 to 9 p.m., you guys are gonna have 2 hours to run amok. Do whatever it is you adults want to do. Do you want to ride Seven Dwarf Mine Train with a low weight? Go do that. You want to take the special holiday photo opportunities? Go do that. You want to go meet characters? Do that. You want to grab all the treats and the special merchandise and the whatever? Go do that. You have 2 hours to kind of do whatever it is you want to do. You want to do the DJ parties? You can do that as well. But starting at about 9:15, give or take, you're gonna wanna get ready for the fireworks. Again, one fireworks show at 10 o'clock. So for just adults and families with kids, everyone's gonna be watching this one fireworks show. So you, because you can, want to arrive early and get a good spot for that fireworks show. Fireworks are at 10. Then when they're over, 10:20, 10:25-ish, you're gonna wanna walk up and go get a prime spot on Main Street for the parade, which is gonna be at 11. Does this make sense? 10 o'clock fireworks, once they're over, you're gonna be sitting curbside for an 11 o'clock parade time. This is the late parade, the last parade for you, so it shouldn't be as crowded as the first parade, but there's still gonna be plenty of people there who are gonna wanna watch it on Main Street, so you do wanna get that primo spot. After the parade, you're gonna go backtrack again and you're gonna head up to the castle for the castle show at 11:55. Does this make sense for you guys? You have a 10 o'clock fireworks show, you have an 11 o'clock parade, and then you're gonna have an 11:55 castle show. Once the castle show has happened, party's kind of over for you guys. Of course, if they're going to allow you to go grab more treats and possibly go shopping and get some merchandise, or maybe there's a ride you can sneak in, go ahead and do that if you want. But pretty much that means party time is over for you guys. So hopefully this makes sense. Sadly, those of you with kids, you don't have as much time to run amok because you're trying to get all the things done before the kids pass out, before they get too tired. People who are just adults, you kind of get to be more flexible, right? You have 2 hours to do whatever the heck is that you want to do before you then do the boom, 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 right? Fireworks, parade, castle show, do all three, get it done, and then get out of there. Hopefully this makes sense for you guys. So here's my finale tips, right? And I kind of mentioned it already, is that you really need to go into these parties understanding you cannot do it all. You just cannot, because of all the waiting around that you have to do for these good spots. it kind of takes away time for you to do everything else. Now, if you are someone who doesn't care about a good spot, you don't mind doing one of these, seeing it above people, then you have more opportunity to do whatever the heck it is that you want. But if you're someone with a little kid and they need a nice front seat spot so they can see what's happening, sadly, it does involve a lot of waiting around for you guys. So just kind of know that in general, you want to focus on the key items that are important to your group. If you don't care about seeing all the characters and all their special outfits, then don't worry about it. Chuck that part of it out the window. If you don't care about the DJ parties, you can dance some other time, then chuck that out the window, right? So you kind of want to maximize the night, but focus on what it is that you and your group want to do as opposed to trying to do it all. Hopefully that makes sense. The other thing, and this is kind of funny to me a little bit, is this is a late night party. 7 to midnight plus. Sometimes it's midnight, it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, depending on the party. That's a super late night. And if you can get in as early as 4, that's 4 to midnight. Wowzers. So my tip here is you definitely want to take a nap. Even if you're just an adult, you might want to nap, especially if you have kiddos going to this party. So usually I have kind of a mild day planned on party night. It doesn't mean I'm not going to the park that day. Absolutely, I'm going to wake up and go to the park that day. It just means I might leave my current park a little bit after lunch, head back to my hotel, maybe take a little nap, change my outfit, put on my costume, put on my holiday attire, and prepare for the evening ahead. If you have little kiddos, you might want to take that day really, really mild. Still go to the park, but take a mild day. I do the same thing with the next day, right? So if I know I'm going to be up until midnight, 1 o'clock, by the time I took the bus and the monorail, I mean, what time are you really getting back to your hotel room at? I'm going to plan for a mild park day the next day. It's a good day to leave. So if you have a week-long trip, if you do the party last and all you have to do is sleep in and then hop on an airplane, that's a good plan as well. Usually for us, if the party is mid-trip, mid-week, we will do something like Animal Kingdom after the party because I know I can sleep in and still enjoy Animal Kingdom, and I know I can take it kind of easy with Genie Plus. I don't have to go at Animal Kingdom specifically. So I know this going into it. I know the party is late night. I know it's even later once I get the bus and the monorail and the Skyliner or whatever it is. And I know I need to take it easy the next day. So I plan my park pass reservations accordingly. My next tip, and this is specifically for the kiddos, but it's good for you adults as well, is you want to plan a backup outfit for your kiddos, especially maybe PJs. So if you're going for holiday time and your kids are dressed up in a suit and a nice holiday Christmas dress, you might want to bring up backup PJs to change into later. Same thing with your kiddos and their bulky, big Halloween costumes. They looked cute for the photos. They did all of that, but they're starting to get tired and cranky. Bring PJs, bring comfy clothes, have them take the costume off, have them take the fancy dress off and put them in their PJs. That way, when they fall asleep in the stroller or fall asleep on the bus or whatever, you can literally just take them from stroller to bus to bed, from monorail to bed. You don't have to worry about changing them at that point. Just chuck them into bed after the party. So I would absolutely, when my kids were younger, have them look cute for the pictures, and then slowly as the party was kind of trickling down, I would change their clothes into their comfy PJs so that we could go from PJs to bed. Adults can do the same thing. If your costume's just a little much, you can go ahead and just get the cute pictures taken and then kind of adjust your clothes accordingly. And my last and final tip is, it's not really a tip, but it's just a reminder. I just want to remind everyone to be nice. I have seen things at these parties that I wish I didn't see. Unfortunately, there were some guests that drank a little too much and were very rowdy. Of course, you have the parents who are exhausted and overwhelmed, and they spent so much money that they're kind of yelling at their kids who are tired and just have had enough, and all those things. It's a lot of money, these parties, and it's a late night, and depending on what someone did earlier in the day, they sadly could be a little cranky. And I've seen some not so magical things happen at these parties pertaining to a few guests. So I'm just reminding everyone to be nice. We all spent money to go to the party. We all deserve and want a magical time. Try not to ruin it for other people, and please be nice to the cast members. Please, please, please. They're just there to make sure we have a magical time. They're there to help celebrate the magic with us. So just be nice to everyone that you can. And sadly, this party is non-refundable. So rain or shine, the party is happening and you're going. So just try to make the best of it. If you're going during rainy season like it is right now, you know, pack your poncho, adjust your outfit, and just have the best time that you possibly can, because either way, no refunds. Disney's not giving back your money because it's in the middle of a rainy season. So yeah, just know that going into it. But yeah, guys, those are my tips and tricks for the parties. If you can't tell, like I said, I go to the parties every year. I love the parties, absolutely love the parties. I think they are absolutely fabulous and magical. But as I always say, they are pricey. And I don't always take my kids every year to these parties because they are late night and because they are really expensive. I know my kids, and I know come 10 o'clock, they're done. They're not even gonna wanna see the last whatever show. They're gonna wanna go to bed, and that's gonna lead to a not so magical evening and possibly next day for my family. So sometimes I just go solo or I go with a friend. I don't always bring the kiddos because I know my kids, I know my family. So that's really one of my best tips is, you know your family, you know your kids, you know what you guys can handle, and just don't push it. Just kind of let it happen. And really, as long as you try to do those 3 iconic things, you know, the parade, the fireworks, the castle show, that indeed is the party. Like I said, I never really do the DJ thing. I maybe go on 1 or 2 rides. That's not really what it's about for me. It's all about what you want your takeaway to be for the party, and that's what you want to focus on, guys. But as always, this video is getting a little bit long, and I'm sorry about that, guys, but I hope you enjoyed my tips and tricks. And like I said, if you're going to the party right now, the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party that's happening right now, those were the parade and castle and show times. Those were the itineraries for the current party, and hopefully that helped you guys out. So yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and comment. Were these helpful tips? Did you guys like this? Should I do this for every party where I take the castle parade and firework times and actually come up with an ideal itinerary for specific people? Let me know if that part was helpful. In general, let me know if you liked the tips and tricks. And yeah, as always, if you think of a video you want Nina to film next, let me know in the comments, because the next video could easily be inspired by you. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye, guys.